I've always thought of skating as like a sense of freedom.
Rolling.
Action!
Truly, when you're skating, you just feel like you're in a whole different mindset. I feel like you still keep a part of your childhood inside of you.
Before I started skateboarding, I felt really lost. And when I got on the skateboard, I was able to feel a sense of belonging.
I never really found anyone to skate with until I started meeting the girls.
What I've experienced with this group is like nothing I've ever experienced before.
So the first night of Girl Swirl happened after a few months of me just chasing down girls on the street. I would see a girl with a skateboard and I would literally be a weirdo and chase them down and say like, do you want to join my text chain?
We were just very basic, like we could kick push from A to B, get some coffee, and like that was it.
And one night I texted that chain and said like, let's just skate together and have a little group hang out.
It was in February, so I think we were honestly surprised that people showed up. It just was like this instant feel-good moment.
There's maybe 10 of us, but at that time, you never saw 2 girls skating together, let alone 10.
I was so scared to skate by myself. Like I felt so nervous and vulnerable. And when I was with a group, I went from getting catcalled to like people cheering us on.
Lucy was like, okay, my vision is called Girl Swirl. Just a bunch of girls swirling together like an ice cream cone. And we were like, okay, Girl Swirl.
We just made the Instagram that night and we just thought it was gonna be our little group to hang out and skate. We had no idea what it would turn into.
We had like 15, 20 people and we're like, whoa, this is wild. And then a few months would go by, we would have 50 people. Then we would have 100 people. One time even 200 people. And we were like, whoa, how are we gonna handle this?
What started as this sort of once-a-week group hang was like we're shooting content 4 or 5 times a week. Then we have group meetings to talk about what we can do better for the group skates.
We had to spend so many waking hours doing it on top of our full-time job that it was gonna just end because we couldn't keep up, or we were gonna have to devote ourselves to it.
You see all this stuff on social media. You don't really understand it until you come to a group skate or you meet all the girls.
Skating was born in Venice. Girl Swirl has a platform. We're respecting the history, we're respecting the people who have been here for generations.
In my time here, like I've been involved in lots of different communities. The one that I feel like the most blessed to be a part of is the skate community. It's fun to like add on to the history that's been here.
The birth of skate was definitely around the West Coast. Skateboarding really gained its identity as an extension of surfing.
Sidewalk surfing was the initial objective.
But in the 90s, when Greg and I started to do this, it was actually kind of tough. We were completely against the prevailing direction of skate at the time.
Our swivel truck and having our surf skate system, you know, Neil and I were sort of outsiders. As soon as we created a skateboard that had a fin on it, like the surfboard does, we knew we had something.
With businesses and organizations that have succeeded, you don't see the work and time those people have put in. Because when you're doing it with your heart, and you have to do something with your heart for it to succeed, you put all you can into it.
Not only did we not find any acceptance with shops, but other riders really thought we were a bunch of kooks. And the only thing that really kept the both of us in it was just the fact that it felt so good to ride, and we were having a good time personally.
Well, there's nothing like what happens when you're riding with friends. The truth is Carver probably would never have happened if it wasn't for two friends who wanted to ride skateboards together.
I don't think we ever realized there was an opportunity to do anything with Carver. Like, we just thought it was fun to all be on the same board. Various people on the Carver team just instantly showed such support for what we were doing.
Watching how the Girl Swirl crew really started to come together, something that for years hadn't been happening in skateboarding, and here it was happening right at our doorstep.
We decided to reach out and we're like, hey, so like, what do you guys think? Maybe we can do like a collab board.
And Carver luckily wanted to do this with us, and we had to make the decision, do we take all of our money, pool it into investing into these boards and risk it all, or do we just keep doing what we're doing?
There's a U-Haul at my house. I'm trying to figure out what's going on inside.
And getting a board for us just made our entire movement so much more legitimate in the skate world. And next thing you know, we're making merch, and it's a great way for us to start bringing in money that then goes towards being able to open these new chapters.
Yeah, the influx of people wanting to have Girl Swirl in their town, I think lit a fire under our feet.
So the first city we decided to open other than LA was New York. And Girl Swirl New York is nothing like Girl Swirl LA, and we love that. We think it's beautiful that people have created their own version of Girl Swirl. Then we opened up San Diego, and this year we're opening up Paris as well as Lisbon.
I think the more that I see, you know, black, brown, queer, non-binary skaters riding the boards and loving the community, I want to make sure that continues to grow.
Our goal within each chapter from LA and beyond, they have to do group skates, and they also have to teach skate mentorships.
Less than an hour. Good job.
You can almost see it when they, like the aha moment, when they're like, oh, like, this is how I do it.
That feel good to you? Look where you want to go. There you go, you're doing it. Skating builds determination and your ability to fail and continue going. And that is, like, I think one of the most important things you can teach a child. Let's build that bravery.
Yeah. Wait on your front foot. Wait on your front foot. I still need more practice.
That's all right. That's what we're doing. All right, let's do it again.
It just goes back to the feeling of like, have them have the same experience that we had when we were all together skating, and for them to be able to form community.
There you go.
We're committed to funding our community efforts ourselves. And with anything we were able to sell or create or generate, put that money towards continuing to build our community, because that gave us freedom to decide how we wanted to build it, where we wanted to build it, when we want to do it.
There's surf competitions and there's skate competitions, but there's not really a lot of people doing surf skate competitions. So we dreamed up this idea of a surf skate festival to celebrate this beautiful thing blowing up.
Carver's been there every step of the way with us. They helped us build a custom course and create like the comp details. They are our family.
It was a celebration, a movement. Just witnessing the girls get together. They're so talented. They have so much to bring to the table.
Like, I didn't even know what a surf skate was 4 years ago, and now there's kids at like ages 5 and 6 and 7 that are getting on surf skates and like ripping.
Having Jeff Ho, who is like the godfather of skate there, to actually judge it with us, yeah, it was everything we could have dreamed of.
It was like the most amazing experience because it was so community driven, and we were like, this is honestly what Girl Swirl is all about, and it's what Venice is all about.
So the whole thing was rooted in Venice and Venice history, and the girls are building the future.
I think community is hard to pinpoint in just a few words because it's really comes out of a feeling. But it's a group of people and it's a place where you feel like you belong and you feel included.
It's been really amazing building Girl Swirl here, and I don't think we could have started it anywhere else.
I remember we took our first picture of all of us together. And now looking back, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I didn't even know you then.
If one person tried to do this, it would have gone nowhere. I really could not see any success without the talents of each person on this team.
The thing that I love about the co-founders of Girl Swirl is we all have come from such different backgrounds. It all came together over this love of skating.
I was taught to judge other women and compare myself to other women, and Girl Swirl was the first time in my life I really understood how much power women have when they work together.
We received a lot of amazing messages saying, I showed my family you all on skateboards, and now they said it's okay for me to ride a skateboard just because we were projecting a different image.
Hey girls, thanks for what you're doing. You keep me motivated to do what I love and to focus on my goals no matter what, even if I live in this really small town in Italy where nobody skates.
I live in Pakistan, and my parents never understood why I always begged for a board with wheels on it. Just know I'm here on the other side of the world rooting for you all.
I've seen people who just truly, like, their lives have changed because of Girl Swirl. I'm one of them. Like, my life has changed because of skating, and Girl Swirl is a huge part of that.